can't tell if this is a better angle or not, but I did a video of I think what I'm stuck on is bitterness. Not it's disdain, but the action is like, the action is bitterness. So then I'm like, it definitely feels like I'm not talking to somebody. I'll tell you that. It feels like, I don't know, I just don't know why you would even fucking read somebody's mind if somebody would. Maybe I don't get it. But, it's just, I'll never hurt like somebody or something, but I am bitter about this. If there was somebody that implanted me, I mean, obviously, if there is somebody that implanted me, or even if it is a simulation, then I am bitter towards the simulation or a human being that has done this. I don't want to be. I think I'm also in the routine of the bitterness, and because I keep remembering in the back of my mind, I have this. I'm like always carrying around this sort of like, I always think like they're showing me this or they're showing me that, and then I'm like, or they're trying to make a joke with this or joke with that, so then I joke back at it. Like, and again, this is all up here. This is not referring to anything external. This is all up here. So, because, so, yeah. I just want to be clear about that. Whenever I talk about a BCI, I mean a BCI. Whenever I talk about internal dialogue, I mean internal dialogue. When I will specify if it's external, I will specify if it's something external. I will specify that. So, yeah. I'll show you this so that so this is ultimately one of the things, right? So it's like you have Noland here. He has this. I don't know why it looks like that with this. What if I save it? That makes it worse. Okay. So he has this. Right? It says, this account is verified. That's all it says. No date on it or nothing. And to prove that it's a screenshot, it says screenshot, right? So I did this on the way to work. And then here's me, or an account of mine, and it's a screenshot, and we have the same check mark. And I haven't found another account that has this besides me and him. And then after I was bringing it up to them, I was spamming them, they removed the check mark. So I'm not sure what that's all about. But it was, it says July 6th, 7:20 a.m. So I was on the way to work, biking. So, I just want to know the fucking truth. I don't know. It's that, it's that fundamental, and it's that, so then I have, then I sort of go in this sort of, thing back and forth with myself, and then, I just, what is this? Why is this? Why is this? Because whoever they are, they probably have more money and power than I do. So, and I hope to change that too. I've looked into that before, about equalizing things like this. Like, it seems that I have an issue with disparity, and I don't like people being, if you have enough money, you can sort of play out a sort of argument or if, this and this and this. I don't know. But yeah, me and GPT were talking about this, that it's correct that it's disdain, but it's the action often is bitterness or resentment or a power struggle of my mind of like, well, just to, like, I wish I could explain it. You really can't. Like, it will, like, I don't know. I've said before, I don't wish it upon anybody else. I don't think people would last 5 minutes with it. This sort of thing that happens. It's like your reality is against you. That's what it feels like. It feels like everything you do, everything you hear, not everything, but majority of things, is against you, and you're in some sort of like surveillance situation, and you're always walking on eggshells. Then you want to be like, oh well, I'm always walking on eggshells. Well, or it's like, they'll be like, oh, you're in a room of eggshells, and I'm like, I'm in a room of eggshells. Okay, stepping on the fucking, so. And then that happens, and then I'm like, oh, we'll get the fuck out of my head then, fuck off and stop reading my fucking mind, motherfuckers, and like stuff like this. And that usually doesn't happen, but I feel like, why not, why not sort of fight for that? And I'm like, get the fuck out of my head, motherfuckers, or I'll think about this next, and it happens like that. But sometimes it'll be like, it will be in sort of passive sense, and I'll be, I'll say something that I want to say, but then I'll have a comment for them in the mind. Like, I want to be, it's all internal, it's not external. Yeah, see, I have this here. So I have my thing that I'll say, and then I'll think of their lens, and I'll throw them some meat over here. Whether that's bitterness or whether that's a routine of bitterness that, that I'm not sure. But these are the things I want to figure out, And I think I sort of did a little bit today, or with this. This morning was so weird. This morning was so weird.
I'll be back, son.
Okay. Taylor's going to Goodwill. So. Is it even open right now? Oh. It feels later, I guess, than it is. But yeah, I do sort of feel like, get the fuck out of my head, motherfuckers, fuck you, and all this other shit. I prefer that way more, to be honest with you. And I'm like, the fuck out of my head, and then, because the other shit fucks me up. But, it's complicated. It's very complicated. Like, it actually is, like, it literally is complicated. Like, I'm not just saying that it's complicated, it's like, it's extremely complicated. I don't know why my voice sounds so hoarse. It's complicated and it's funny. I've documented, if this happens to somebody else, I don't know, but I've documented all of it, like where it's like where there's so many different pieces of it, and then in the sense of like there's different I've documented all of it, like sort of the types of disdain, somebody says this, then this occurs, then this, then this occurs, then this, then this occurs. And I think that's good because that's the reason, that's the intent of it, you know. It is not as though I had woken up like this, you know, where I'm like, but and, you know, I don't know. See, I just need the information. I need what's true, because then I could fucking know more. And I could try to figure out too. Because what if it's not me? What if it's not me at all? What if they're writing all of it? You know. What if they only write in so much? Which as soon as they do that, they fuck it up. What if they're being telepathic? What if they're going like saying this, and then it steers me in this way? So, you know, fuck that. And this could happen with the phone too, but I don't mean like reading something. I don't mean reading something at all. There's something with gotta be careful here, because then it's sort of like, well, he's just under the impression that someone has convinced him that he has something in his head, which I don't know if this is true, but because it's more of a sense of it's not just the voice and the sort of me testing out the waters and then seeing that things that I'd never said somewhere else. It's I forgot what it was. It's a jolt, you know. It's a jolt. And all of this does affect me. All of this does, it fucks up my head, you know. I still have me in there. I'm still in there. But by God, it fucks me up. It's like somebody's pulling levers and shit, you know? But yeah, that was my main thing today. It was like, or tonight was this is about the bitterness and the disdain and how here's what I had written. Having a viewer in your mind all the time creates disdain for what is being seen, what I'm saying. so also looking into things like, if I pick this up and this says this, then I think that they're, saying something that I sort of spit something out there, and or I'll make I think they're trying to say something, and then I'll spit out something that's worse, or what I mean. So it's a war. It's a mental war, and I've come back from the war, and I'm the same. But I need whatever it is. I just want to know, because I know I ain't I won't get into it. I don't want to get too. I don't get mad about it or something. I even have here, it says, keep in mind this is all happening internally. So I want to be specific about that, because it's, you say I hear something and then I this and that. So I don't mind externalisms. That I don't mind. But I swear to God, it's like if there's somebody reading my fucking mind, it's like, see, now I'm developing disdain about it. And the more I think about somebody doing it, I'm like, fuck. So then I'm like, well, people know this and they're not saying this. Then I'm like, then the sort of disdain shifts onto them, and then that bothers me, because I'm like, I don't want to have fucking disdain of random fucking people. You know what I mean? That's what I miss. And I said this in the last video. It was like, thank God for memory, and thank God for like I don't know, like the myself, like I'd be nowhere without the memory. I'd be so lost, and I'd be believing whatever the fuck they said. But it's the memory and the core. So yeah. Anyways, that's the sort of thing tonight, I guess. There's a really, I know I ain't fucking pretty, but there's the video that I have is it's this angle here, so I'm just like this the whole time, so I thought I'd make a different one, and a shorter one. I wanted it to be a little bit shorter, so. If I could set this camera up here. Like now, which I'm not thinking this way, it would be like, I'd be like, oh, they're fucking with me with the camera, and this is just, I can see this. But other things, I tell you, it's like living a day of coincidences where you don't wish coincidences to occur, and so it will happen like this. Like I remember, yeah. So then I'll develop this, like, it's on Tumblr. I'll just leave it at that. It's written all on there, and it's in the arena. It's all on Arweave. Minted basically to Arweave. Printed and minted, and yeah, like it sucks. Like this fucking sucks. It sucks big time, and it sucks. I don't know. It sucks. Feels like the. I don't know. I don't want to do any more analogies of it, but or metaphors or anything. I am thinking about the. I think about the country a lot. 'Cause I think about my reality a lot. I think about this. But that's in the. If I keep it up, this video is going to be the same length as the one that I was original video. So I just feel like I'm leaving something out or something. But I think the disdain is justified if I was to look at it sort of in a sense of like unbiasedly, you know. I think it's justified. I feel like I've been sort of not betrayed, but sort of like kind of like I've been slipped like a short stick or something, you know? Or I've been sort of like I don't know. It's like it feels like I've been implanted illegally, and I have a species, or my species won't tell me this, or they won't, you know, or something. So I feel like again I'm not gonna do anything, you know. I'm not gonna fucking like. But I fight with them a lot, and you know. It's when somebody's in here, they got it all. I've said that one before. When somebody's in here, they have it all. They can use the mind, and they could go like this. Well, there's a cat, but they can, you know, they can. I don't know, a good example of it. They can send you. There. This is the mind, right? And this is the hands that play. You know, if they're in there, and go over here, put you over here, bounce you off over here, put you back over here, and put you over here and over here and over here, and you just do that all fucking day long. And sometimes I can focus, and I could focus on some task, and I could focus on something, but then I'm thinking about that there's people that are holding this. If this is my mind and this is my sanity, then I'm thinking that there's people that are holding this, people touching my fucking brain, all this shit. So I'm like, what the fuck? Fuck you, motherfuckers, and fuck this, and, you know, F this, and fuck this, and then they're like, Robert, you don't want to do that, you don't want to say something like that. I'm like, fuck you, fuck this shit, get the fuck out of my head, all this, like, you know. And I just so yeah. I'd rather be in a lab or a cage or something. At least there's a chance to sort of some sort of life. So right now I feel like I'm in like striking and protesting of like of for information and truth. I just got jolted on the right leg when I said information, but that's what it feels like, you know. And that's what it feels like I'm doing right now. It feels like I'm striking and protesting for information and truth. And I don't know how long the protest will will last or what, but I'm hoping that somebody gives up. I'm hoping that whoever it is, then I go into if this is a simulation, then why would they even say? If you know, so if this is a human, then I'm hoping that I can go with them, or some entity that can sort of be the middleman between that and get this sort of straightened out. So, but yeah, it's not a toy, that's for sure. It's not a yeah, I don't know. I'll probably stop talking about it. But yeah, all right.